This is the third video in MCP server series. So in the first video, we have seen how to create a terminal server using MCP. In second video, we have seen how to create a database MCP server. Now in the third video, we are going to see how to create an MCP server for web APIs. So using this MCP server, you can give a free text, and based on that, you can interact with the web APIs. So this is the one I am referring to here. Now, let me show. I've already uploaded the code to GitHub. Let me show the code. So this is the earlier code, terminal server, database server, and this is a web app server. So here you can see it handles different type of API requests like get, post, put, delete, JSON, status checking, etc. So like you can just download this code and then cd into that folder, and then you can install the dependencies and then run the API server. So here the formats are given, like for get request, what is the expected format. So here URL is mandatory, but header and parameters are optional. So accordingly it will respond. So for post, the URL is required and rest all are optional. So, and we have to put some configuration in the cloud desktop so that it will understand about the MCP servers. So this is the format that we can use. I'll show you the format that we have used. So now I'm going to open the cloud desktop. So in cloud desktop, if you go to the settings, under developer section, you'll see edit config, local MCP servers. So here you can see terminal, database, and web API. I'll just click on edit config and I'll open this configuration file in Visual Studio, VS Code. So here, this information is related to the terminal and database. Now this information is related to web API server, web API MCP server. So this is the path where the code is present at this path, and this is the path of the UV command, and this is the file in which the code is present. This is the code. Okay. Now let's put this web API MCP server to test. So I've already created some prompts. So I'll be showing you those prompts. Now this can be used for any API endpoint, not just something which is local. So for example, make a get request to fetch user data from this one. So this is one site, and we want to know, we want to use a get. So here I'm not giving any command, I'm just giving it in a plain text. So I will open a new conversation and paste it here. Okay, make a get request to fetch the user data from the given URL. So I can choose any model. I will use the cheapest model. Okay, so here you can see when I ask this prompt, so it is automatically invoking get underscore request, which is coming from web API. I'll just show you here. If you just see, these are the different MCP servers in web API. If you see, there are how many, like 6 functions. Of that, get request is one function. I can enable or disable these functions. So using this, so I just gave this API endpoint and it is able to extract this information. And it is also able to show the status code. Now what I'll do is I will try out 2, 3 more prompts. So send a post request to this with title, body, and user ID as JSON. So let me try this. So it is invoking the post. Okay. So it has created a new post. So we just basically inserted the entry with ID 101, which is automatically assigned by the server. Now let's check this one. Check the HTTP status of google.com. So it will just check if it is 200, 404, etc. So here it is able to show. Now let me try something else. Okay, let me try fetch JSON from this one. Okay, there is one site and it will fetch the JSON. Okay, now it is able to fetch a JSON and the JSON is returning this link. Let me see what happens if I open this link. See, it is showing some image. So here we can see by using the MCP server, we are able to interact with Web API seamlessly by using the prompts. So all the code is given. So I'll just quickly summarize. So in Web API MCP server, we are making the Web API request of different types like get, put, post, etc., and then getting the results using cloud desktop. Thank you.